Today's briefing is based on an intelligence report prepared for President Obama. Officials believe that this leaves no doubt that Russia interfered with the presidential election. Jeff Pegues has details of what Mr. Trump is expected to hear today. Jeff, good morning.
Good morning. U.S. intelligence officials are heading into this afternoon's meeting at Trump Tower united in their belief that the Russians meddled in the U.S. election. A senior law enforcement official tells CBS News simply, Russia did this. Now the question is whether Mr. Trump will believe that assessment. U.S. officials tell CBS News the briefing will stretch back years. Investigators believe Russian hackers have conducted waves of cyber attacks for about a decade. The briefing will include intercepts between Russian officials congratulating each other after Donald Trump's win, allegedly showing the Russians were pleased with the outcome of their plan. The report will also show U.S. intelligence agencies have identified the actors or go-betweens who delivered stolen Democratic emails to WikiLeaks and its founder, Julian Assange. Over the last several months, Mr. Trump has questioned whether the Russians were involved and the credibility of U.S. intelligence agencies.
Well, I just want them to be sure, because it's a pretty serious charge, and I want them to be sure. And if you look at the weapons of mass destruction, that was a disaster, and they were wrong.
The criticism is causing a strain in his relationship with the intelligence community.
We are part of the executive branch that the president will need to rely on.
On Thursday, CIA Director John Brennan explained how he addressed concerns within his agency about Mr. Trump's perceived skepticism.
It's the time for CIA officers really to strut their stuff, to be able to demonstrate just how good we are, how capable we are, the expertise we have.
Also on Thursday, former CIA Director James Woolsey announced that he was no longer a senior advisor to the Trump transition team. According to the Washington Post, Woolsey was taken aback by reports that Trump is considering revamping the country's intelligence framework. But later, Woolsey downplayed his role in the transition team.
I didn't feel I was being misrepresented, but I was not really called upon to, go to meetings or participate in work on the transition.
One angle that may come up in today's intelligence briefing, whether the Russians' goal was to explicitly help Donald Trump. Intelligence sources acknowledge that proving any motive beyond a reasonable doubt will be difficult. Whether this briefing changes Mr. Trump's perception of the intelligence community will be easier to gauge. In an interview, President Obama said that he believes tensions will be reduced when Mr. Trump receives his own briefings from his own team. Charlie?
Thanks, Jeff.